fellow travelers. Today is a little different. No Florida statutes, Chapter 723, no lawsuits, no community meetings, no legal discussions, just you and me. If we were actually sitting across from each other with a cup of coffee, I don't think we'd spend our time talking about problems. I'd probably ask you a little bit about your life. I'd ask you where you grew up, what kind of work you did, who made the biggest difference in your life. I'd want to hear about your family, your happiest memories, and maybe even a few of the mistakes that taught you your greatest lessons. Because every one of us has a story, and every story matters. When I started Silent Seniors No More, I honestly didn't know where this journey would take us. I know there were important issues to talk about. I knew people needed information. But what I didn't realize was how many incredible people I would meet along the way. People who refused to give up. People who quietly stood up for what they believed was right. People who reminded me that courage doesn't always make headlines. Sometimes courage is simply getting up every morning and choosing not to quit. Over this first season, we've talked about rights, responsibilities, real life experiences, and difficult conversations. But underneath every episode was something much bigger: hope. Hope that people would realize they weren't alone. Hope that knowledge could replace fear. Hope that one conversation might encourage someone to ask one question they've been afraid to ask. If that happened even once, then every hour that we've spent together has been worthwhile. One thing I've learned is that communities become stronger when neighbors become friends. When we listen instead of judge, when we encourage instead of criticize, when we choose to respect even when we disagree, that's the kind of community I hope we're building together. As we prepare for season 2, we're going to take a slightly different journey. We're still going to talk about resident rights and important issues, but we're also going to spend time talking about something just as important: you, your confidence, your courage, your purpose. Because before we can change our communities, we have to believe that our own voice matters. And I believe yours does. If you've listened to even one episode, share one episode. If you've written one letter, asked one respectful question, or simply found the courage to believe that you matter, then you've already become part of something bigger than a podcast. You've become one of my fellow travelers. For that, I am deeply grateful. If you were sitting across from me today, I'd thank you. I'd tell you how much I appreciate the time we've spent together. I'd remind you that your experiences matter, your wisdom matters, your kindness matters, and definitely your voice matters. I'd tell you that no matter what challenges you face, you never have to face them alone. Then, before we finished our coffee, I'd simply say this: I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Thank you for taking the time to take this journey with me. I'll be waiting for you in season 2. Until then, keep learning, keep asking questions, keep encouraging one another, and keep moving forward one step at a time. Because together, we're making sure that no senior ever has to suffer in silence. If today's episode made you stop and think, then it has already served its purpose. That's exactly why Silent Seniors No More exists. Our podcast is only one piece of the journey. On our website, you'll find resources, articles, and opportunities to share your own story. Every voice matters, and every story has the power to help someone else. Our Silent Seniors No More Resident Rights Handbook is currently being written in plain English because understanding your rights shouldn't require a law degree. When it's complete, it will become another resource designed to educate, encourage, and empower residents throughout Florida. As we continue to grow through our website, community events, and radio conversations, our mission remains the same: to educate, to encourage, to empower, one resident at a time. Because knowledge creates confidence, confidence creates courage, and courage creates change. Together, we are making sure that no senior ever has to suffer in silence. Silent Senior No More is an educational and informative podcast created to promote awareness for issues affecting residents of Florida's manufactured home communities. The information shared reflects personal experiences, publicly available information, and general education discussion. It is not intended as legal advice and does not create an attorney client relationship. Laws and individual circumstances vary, so listeners should consult a qualified attorney regarding their specific legal questions. And our mission is to educate, encourage, empower residents through knowledge, respectful dialogue, and community awareness. I am Jaime Ciarla. Thank you, fellow travelers, for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in season 2.